Welcome back to SheBlooms, y'all. I hope everyone is staying home and staying safe. It's April and we've been pretty much under quarantine for a month now to flatten the curve of COVID-19. I know it's been tough for all of us. So for this episode, I thought I would talk a little bit about staying at home, and I've called it Pull Up to the Veranda. I'm here with my lockdown squad, my sisters Diane and Maureen, and my little nephew that's obsessed with us. He'll also introduce himself.
Hi everyone, it's Di, Shanti's sister. Sorry, I thought everybody knew that.
Hi everyone, this is Maureen, Mom Money, aka Mama Gabi.
Hi everyone, this is Gabriel Sean Goga, aka Little Ducky.
Quack, quack. That's a little inside joke because every time he walks around the house, everyone can hear him. He makes the loudest sounds.
Like a duck.
Like a duck.
Like a duck. But you also have other nicknames. What are your other nicknames?
There is Mush, there is Tiny Ears.
There's Mush Mush.
There's Mush Mush.
Let's call him Kabubu.
Kabubu, Munchkin.
Boo-boo.
He's basically the baby of the house. And Bambi turns 10, so he has a prayer for the world that he gets out of quarantine before then. When is your birthday, Posy?
May 22nd?
May 22nd. I'm supposed to be the godmother. I don't know. But anyway.
And I was jumped over, just FYI. Same birthday month, know his birthday, as in I really just have no
We had a whole
words.
conversation about this and you agreed. You're like, Di is the right choice.
No
yeah,
one
I
agreed.
am the right choice.
Okay. No one agreed, FYI. And this convo was never had. Wow. Even Diane is a delusional, what do they call it? Godmother? Because apparently there's another auntie in the running, according to Mosh.
We will table this conversation for another time.
Yes, hold the convo.
Hold the convo.
But while we're still talking about Mosh, I just want to say I told Maureen today that I think living with Mosh for the past month has made me realize that I'm really kawa with the type of parent I'm going to be. Extremely strict, semi-psychotic, love it, here for it. This is my parenting skills. My kids are going to be so disciplined.
You know, having said that, I realized I need to marry a strict man because I don't have the heart to discipline. Mush will come here with his cheeks and, bat his eyelashes and smile, and I'll just be like, oh, my munchkin. Where Shanti's like, F no. He needs a timeout. He needs this. I'm like, oh, but he's sorry, or he's going to do it later, or, And yeah, so I realized, man, I hope my partner has his shit together. Shout out to the people listening.
Shout out to the parents who are home 24/7 with your children during this lockdown. Maureen, what did you do?
Please. It's driving me up the wall. I cannot. I applaud all the teachers out there. I think they do a tremendous job of impacting knowledge into our children, of raising them, because they're usually most of the time they're with their teachers like a larger portion of the time than they are with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really appreciate you guys, teachers. You're the MVPs of the world. Go you!
Kabisa, shout out to teachers and shout out to parents, man. Raising children is not easy. Mush is the only child here in the house. We're 9 people in the house and he's 9 years old. So, and the oldest person in the house is 77. So you can imagine. But yeah, shout out. I can't imagine people with tiny tots. Oh my god.
Gosh.
Big hugs and love to you all. But yeah, parenting is amazing. A different kind of strength. Shout out.
Yeah, at least Mosh is super helpful all day, every day. He actually prefers doing chores to homework. We learned today. He came with gloves to do the washroom instead of doing math homework. We were all very confused. But yeah, that's Mosh. Anyway, I guess we're all now teachers. For me, what I've done is made him read Nelson Mandela.
And he was giving what was it? Life
Summaries?
lessons.
Lessons, yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Today he was like, well, anyway, Nelson Mandela did ABCD in the book, so... Okay.
Yeah, and you see, I'm like, come join me on the balcony and we meditate, Join me in my sports,
Very
sports
different.
I
struggles.
don't think he's on that story.
Yeah, he's not. But in terms of chores, we tried to also make it worth his while and teach him, the art of working hard and getting paid. So we have him on a pay scale, on a rate.
Yeah, he has a rate card.
He has a rate card. So if if Mush, what do you do? What do you
I
do?
wash the dishes, wipe I clean the windows. I also wipe the table. And what else? I
And
also
set the table.
set the table, water the plants.
Yes.
What else? Wash the bathroom.
So-
Wash the sink.
Each chore is 100 francs.
Yeah.
Right? And then we're also like trying to nurture abilities. So he wants to be a comedian. He thinks he's funny. You'll be the judge of that. But so we've given him comedy hour at least once or twice a week, which he's still working on. But he's only going to be paid on commission. So he has to be funny. If he's not funny, he doesn't get paid. And then Shanti has decided she's his manager. So out of that 100 francs, she gets 10%. I mean, look, it's a struggle.
The struggle is real. The hustle, the grind is on, people, forever and ever. Get your money where you can, okay?
Yeah.
So anyways, I wanted to ask you guys, what were your initial thoughts on the lockdown or quarantine? How did you find each one of you? Maybe I'll start with Mo.
Okay, so we're
Weren't
actually
we together?
But like how she thought, like I figured we were going to go on lockdown before we actually did. So I had like a whole week of a build up in my head where I was already panicking before it actually happened.
We'd actually gotten like a mini like work from home from work, I think that week, but I had been going into office for a couple of hours. However, when we did get the official communication from the government, we were together celebrating my auntie's, your mother's birthday, and I kind of panicked. You know, it was very scary to me being locked down in a country, the borders are locked, can't move, can't do this, and it was a very scary time for me, especially as a person who deals with anxiety. Yeah, I didn't know how to process that.
Yeah, for me, just like Mo, I think we got word from work on, I don't know, maybe a couple days before the official lockdown. And that email was saying that we're going back to work like a month and a half later. And at the time, I was like, a month and a half? What am I going to do for a month and a half? Because I was trying to think of work projects and how that can work without being on the ground, right? Because I work for an NGO. So really a lot of it is done in the field, right? A lot of trainings, a lot of what. So I was like, how are we going to implement that from home? But then when we were at Mommy's birthday and we were all home and we got the notice, my instinct, what I initially thought of was everybody has to be under one roof, you know? Just in terms of safety, just, you know, being able to check on people. So I kind of like secretly loved it. Because I was like, great, I get everybody back in the house. My sister gets to move back in, which is fantastic.
Because she's obsessed with me. We've covered this several times.
I was very, very excited. And then Mosh, my godson, you know, I got to spend more time with him. Then, of course, Mo, then, you know, maybe a week later, my grandmother on my mom's side moved in with us. So to me, it was fantastic. It was like a dream come true. You know, I love.
She's such a psycho.
I'm such a family person that I loved having everyone over under one roof. I mean, I'm sure at some point we'll talk about how that can be
stressful.
That can be stressful, going from a 2-people household to 9 overnight. Okay, you know, in terms of just, you know, amounts of money you spend per month, in terms of food and all of this, people in their personal space. It can be challenging, but I would still, you know, not trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So for me, unlike everybody else, I was already working from home in the prior months, so that really didn't like trigger me or affect me the way it did everybody else. But then I think they closed or had mentioned that the borders were going to close beforehand, before the actual total lockdown hit. And that just triggered some kind of like claustrophobia or something that I did not know that I had before. But I was like, I need to be able to get the hell up out of here. Like, I need options, people. So that really freaked me out. And then, yeah, we came to my mom's house for her birthday, and then the lockdown hit. So that was really crazy, because then Diane was like, oh my god, guys, it's a lockdown, so you guys need to go and get your shit and whatever. So me and Maureen actually went to our homes together to pick up stuff. And first of all, people here claim I moved my whole house in, but whatever. I only have one suitcase. Shout out to my packing skills. And then I remember when I walked in, I was wearing a wig. and a hat. And I think my suitcase was still in the car. And Dan was like, "So I'm sorry, are your essentials a wig?" What?
And a hat. I was like, what do you mean? You went to pack essentials and you come with a wig and a hat. You know those people who save like the most random shit when a house is burning down. Have you ever been asked that question? What would you, if the house was burning, what would you save? Mm-hmm. And some people are like an album, a photo album when that was still a thing. I don't know, my passport, my bank cards. You would pick a wig and a hat.
Well, first of all, Diane, you should not be talking about what people can pick during a fire because you're a motherfucking hoarder.
Yeah.
Which we've come to discover. Maureen did not know this. We have found stuff in this house from 1988. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
she has books from
very
1988. She, like, literally, what is it? What is that book? The kids' book?
Okay, so there are two books. One is like a book from, I don't know, like my grade 2. Another one is Another one is a book from the stock market of like 1980 something.
You are so strange.
The strangest human being that I know. Anyways, and then I became I want to say maybe not depressed, but kind of depressed or like semi-depressed. And I started watching all of these like end times videos on YouTube. Well, not end times, but I really wanted to understand what coronavirus was. So naturally, I went on YouTube. The thing is, YouTube is a slippery slope. Where I ended up was not really what I wanted.
It's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole. So then I ended up in like really the depth of it all. I was like wailing. I think I could draw the streets of Wuhan for you people. Like I really know the back ends of that city from the YouTube videos that I've watched. So I really became like, Diane claims I didn't get out of bed for like 3 days.
She was like, have you ever watched somebody go through a depression? She was completely fine with her wig and hat. And then the next 3 days, it's like, I can't eat. I'm so depressed. Don't talk to me. Like borderline tears. I was like, what is going on? So then I guess you want to get to the party.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'll get to the party. I don't know, Maureen, were you depressed for those 3 days that we were in it together? I feel like we were in that depression together.
I was kind of depressed. First of all, I'm a bit introverted, so I really like my space, and it was like a shock for me to come into a house with like, we're now what, 9 people? Mm. Yeah, so many people. You have to talk all the time. You have to be on all the time. And that's just not me. I like, being locked up in my room by myself, entertaining myself in my head. So for me, it was a bit too much. And then thinking that maybe this might never end.
That's my issue.
That is still my issue. This might never end. And I'm like, I don't know if I can live like this anymore. And I am claustrophobic. Maybe I didn't know that it was because I just thought it was like small spaces for me, like elevators or things like that. But I realized, no, I don't like going out, but I want the freedom to go out. I want to know that if I do want to go out, it's possible.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I have this argument with friends and family at least once a month with someone about being an introvert or being an extrovert. And I'm definitely an introvert, and I think this has just proven it. Because once I got over the how can I work, stick to some kind of routine, still wake up, check your emails, do the phone calls, ABCD. I was like, you know what? This is great. I get to work out every day. I get to see my family. I get to meditate. I was like, this is completely perfect. Actually, if I could choose what my work life would look like, it would be a balance. I'd probably do like 3 days in the office and 2 days at home or something like that, because now I think that it's possible. So to me, I never went through the depression stage. I went through maybe anxiety. Like, that's long. I know, because I was just thinking of a month and a half. And in terms of work, in terms of family, I was like, this is the best thing to ever happen. We get to be 4 generations in one home, and we're all healthy. Yeah. I mean, it's just blessings on top of blessings, really.
Yeah. So Diane always thinks or has this argument that she is an introvert and I'm an extrovert. That's not the case because I'm definitely introverted.
You're a psychopath. You're definitely extroverted, and that's why you were going through a depression. You were just like, I need to get out. Get out to go where?
My issue was that I was here with you people. That was my problem. So yeah, I don't live here. I keep having to remind everybody in this household that I'm a guest. But that was my biggest issue. I was like, oh my God, this is why I think I'm introverted. Because that was really like my problem. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in this house with them people. I can't deal with them. I don't have my own personal space. I'm here. I'm with Diane, who's obsessed with me again, stalking my every movement, wants to be next to me. My nephew wants to be next to me. I want to be next to Maureen and begging her to like hug me. It's a whole mess. Like, you know?
You actually need help.
You have serious issues.
So that was one of my biggest problems. I was like, oh my God, I just wish I was in my own apartment by myself, chilling. But then I'm like, obviously, you don't know how I would think I would have died, probably, because I don't even have like, well, I have house help, but my house help comes like, what do they call it? Like three times a week. And obviously now movement has been kind of shut down, so I'm sure she wouldn't even have been able to get to me. And I've been doing everything myself and probably like not doing anything at all, so probably living in like a shithole. Yeah, but I think that was my problem. My problem was I'm here, I'm in a house, I'm back with my mother, I'm with Diane, I'm with Maureen, I'm with Mosh, I'm with my grandma, I'm with so and so. Like it's just so much. And that was really like, and then, well, if you add that with the videos from YouTube, really a recipe for disaster, people. So that was really the cause of my depression. And then I decided, since people keep calling me an extrovert, I'm going to have a party. Party, eh? Put your back into it. So I begged these people again to buy me alcohol and buy me food. And I was the DJ and party planner.
What was your DJ name?
Dollface Killer. Although Dollface Killer, to be exact, is really like, it's a nickname that I've been trying to like.
It's not a nickname.
She's imposing.
Yeah, you're imposing it on her.
Shout out to my one true friend, Jenny from the blog, who has saved me as Dollface Killer in her phone and actually refers to me as Dollface Killer. You a true one, bitch. You a true one.
You're a lost one. You're lost.
I like it. I think it's
cute. I think it's cute.
No, it's not.
I think it's adorable. That's my DJ name and party planner name is, Dollface Killer. So anyway, I told everybody to like put their makeup on. If you've listened to any of the other podcasts, that like getting myself glammed up is kind of like my jump out of depression go-to. So I told everyone to do that. People in this house, except my mom. My mom like loves makeup, but everybody else doesn't. So they're all like, ugh, what are you making us do? Oh my God, you're so extra. Oh my God. I was like, listen, people, you can't come to my party looking crazy because I'll bounce you at the motherfucking gates. They were like, where is the gate? I was like, the corridor door? That's the gate. So everybody got did up, dressed up real cute, looked cute. My mom was super cute. She was like, oh my God, please come do my makeup. Really Bambi. I just realized my whole family actually loves me, even though, for the most part I have beef with them. Or they're afraid of me. I really couldn't tell the difference.
I think we were afraid of the depression because she hadn't showered in like 6 days. We're like, Lord Jesus, if this gets her out of bed, okay, let's just play along. But then our nephew Mush was so excited. He was the one in charge of snacks. Mommy was getting dressed up. I was like, okay, let's just, let's. But I will say that it was fun to dress up and get makeup on and put on heels and look cute. We hadn't done that in maybe like 2 weeks or 3. Yeah, it was definitely helpful. I think you took it to the extreme when you started, dressing up and putting on makeup every day and having a photo shoot with my stuff. I was like, friend, what is this about?
We shall get to that, Dan. Maureen still wants to talk about my bash that was a bashment.
I just had to get some things out.
Honestly, I was actually in the dumps that period. Even that day when they was saying party, we're going to party today, I was like, hell to the no. I'm staying in bed and I'm going to moan, whatever it is I was doing. But my son was so into it, and when I had my auntie was, getting all glammed up, I was like, you know what? Let me just get into it. Let me just be what's the word? Team player?
Yeah.
Yes, let me just try this out. And it actually helped me.
Which FYI, Maureen is never a team player.
Never.
I am such a team player.
Maureen is always like, listen people, this ain't for me. I ain't for it. That's it.
I don't do that. That's not what I do. I don't do that.
I'm not about that. Like, no. First of all, when she says she's gonna be a team player, this bitch attended my party. She goes, oh my god, I'm only coming for 1 hour, FYI. I'm only attending the party for an hour. I said, what the fuck do you mean? We live in this house together. How are you attending the party for 1 hour? She goes, alright, yeah, anyway, I'm coming. Then she showed up. After 1 hour, I find her in the bedroom watching Altered Carbon. I was like, I'm sorry.
Altered Carbon.
Or
By the way,
Netflix.
no disrespect. I was really, by the way, in a very bad place that time. Like, I was in the thick of it. I was still trying to kwachira everything that's going on. Like, this is the new normal. Like, I was actually in a bad place that time. But I appreciate what you did for us, and it really helped me like realize, like, you can find there's a silver lining in every cloud or whatever.
Shakabisa, to this day, Gabi asks for the party every, he's like planning it. Like so on this coming Friday, we're going to do this and that.
Yeah, so now I have another one planned because the lockdown was extended. So we're gonna have one this weekend. Yes, we are. Well, Mush told you about it. He said we're planning a party and I'm gonna even like make like pork chops or whatever. It's a whole thing.
You're making pork chops?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
I
think you were on a call.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, this convo happened late at night and she was on a call. So that takes me to one of the questions I have for these two heifers is working remotely. Because Diane has forgotten the concept of office hours. Maureen imposes them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, no disrespect or shade to the doctors, but I feel like I'm on call all the time. I'm on, like, what am I supposed to do? Not pick up? Like, where am I supposed to be? Doing what?
Cooking, cleaning, minding your business. I don't know.
But you know what? I've always been a workaholic. So even without the quarantine, even when I was in business, remember, people used to say, they don't want to see me in the bar if they owe me something, if they owe me information or an email or whatever, because they know I'll ask. So I actually started to really think about that and not to disturb people when I meet them out. But it's really hard for me. It's not like
Are you one of those annoying people who you're like in the band and you're like, oh my god, so where's that PowerPoint?
Report.
Maybe not PowerPoint, but like, oh, did you see the other email? Yeah, let's follow up on Monday or something like that. Like, I would always. So if you didn't see the email or if you didn't write the email, then we have problems. But I'm just saying. But now I tried. I try.
I don't think you're trying.
I think being in HR has made me very conscious about people's time. I try to respect that, so I also try to impose that on myself. Like, I know work is from 8 to 5 and I try to maintain that time. I try not to call people outside of work hours because I know that's imposing on their personal time or whatnot. So that does help me a bit to maintain the work hours no matter the fact that we're working from home. So that's why every morning I get up, shower and go sit at the desk from 8 to 5.
See, I'm not that kind of. I can take a meeting from bed.
I will say,
and that's why I don't turn on my video.
Yeah, Maureen inspires me. Maureen gets up, dresses up, has a whole outfit, actually puts on lotion. It's a whole thing.
It's so interesting to see people's personalities. Mommy is the same way. She'll wake up, shower, have breakfast, do a whole face beat, and then
Mommy
sit on
is
the
me,
table.
FYI.
And then go sit on the table. I'm like, where are you going? She's like, I'm going to the dining. What do you mean? I have to go, work. That's where she works from. Whereas me, I mean, up until an hour ago, Diane was in a bathrobe, so... Yeah, but I was on calls all day.
Yeah, she was working all day in a bathrobe. I don't know what to say about her hair situation at the moment.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, I feel like...
My hair, my eyebrows...
Your eyebrows are not that bad, by the way. I don't know if it's
they're doable.
Light. Yeah.
And then earlier I had to go on a call and show somebody my face.
Your hair is
to show
your
hair is
the
the
video.
problem.
Yeah. Anyway,
but
I really need the saloons to become an essential service.
It is an essential service.
And of course I wash my hair at home, people. Like, it's not been unwashed for a month and a half. But it's just so cumbersome. It never looks the same. Don't get me started.
I think your hair actually looks good, Dai. I think it's
I don't comb it
thing.
every day.
I mean, of all the things I think I'm excited about the opening of the world, if I'm going to call it that, is definitely going back to the salon. Because, not for my hair. I'm used to doing my hair at home and whatnot. But my nails. Anybody who knows me knows I like my acrylics, which I now don't have, so that's been really traumatic. So Diane here threw me under the bus a bit with my home face beats and photo shoots, where she thinks I'm like robbing her wardrobe or whatever. FYI, I have only worn 3 dresses since I've been here for a whole month, so I don't know.
Lies.
She had like photo shoots every day for like 2 weeks straight.
I came with a suitcase, y'all. Did I not tell you this at the beginning?
She was in everybody's closet.
Yeah, I was in Maureen's clothes.
Mosh's closet. I
mean, I thought this was like the time for like dress up, play up, whatever the fuck that shit used to be called as kids. Like, you know, have fun in your sister's clothes, my sister's makeup, you know, my mom's perfume.
The people who invented that did not have Instagram.
Yeah, Dan was like, well, now I can't wear this on Instagram. Just FYI, all of that shit is on Snap, which disappears after 24 hours. So people won't remember. I'm so kind, even in my robbing ways.
I think that's a lie. It's not on IG stories and stuff.
IG stories disappears. I did not post not one on my actual feed. So there you go. I'd be saving Diane's wardrobe, and I don't know why she's acting. First of all, Maureen is acting like I do this alone.
Because you forced me to take your pictures.
Maureen, first of all, okay, is my photographer. However, this bitch lives in my suitcase.
Really?
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? You're hilarious.
In my head, this is mine. This is our outfit.
There's no our. Because the same way you people call me out, I'm going to start calling you people out. Diane is like living in my makeup. Okay, she's also living in my makeup skills that like, I feel like, what is it called? I'm like honing in on them. Is that what it is?
First of all, you're practicing on me. Number 1. Number 2,
Number 1, I'm not practicing because I practice on myself, and I am Liddy on myself. Hello, and Maureen was like my first muse.
Number 2, I wear makeup for your shit. For your IG stories. Do you just see me wearing makeup and going to the living room? No. Party.
Why don't you show up barefaced? Not to my bashes. Don't disrespect my shit like that.
And your IG stories, you want SheBlooms?
I mean,
just like
listen, SheBlooms is SheBlooms. I'm just giving you guys a platform. I mean, if your platform, if you want to show
Shanti,
up looking raggedy,
I tried to show something and you were like, we have standards here. Huh? What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm just trying to help you. Did you not attend today's SheBlooms on personal branding? Do I look like a hood rat? Okay, so anyway, that's what I do to stay positive during these quarantine times. What are you guys' tricks? What are you doing
to stay positive?
Mm-hmm.
I think, like working out, I still try to stick to that because it really does give me an energy boost. I still wake up and do my gratitude prayer. I work out 3 to 4 times a week. When I can, I meditate, because even at work they have a weekly meditation company-wide thing that they do. So whenever I have time, I join that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I've done it like maybe twice or thrice so far. They also have a countrywide yoga session, which I have never managed to attend. I'm always on a call. But yeah, so I think working out, meditating, and gratitude prayers are things that I actively try to do. Sort of, yeah. And I think so far, a friend of mine earlier was saying how if she, by the end of this, could at least do 1 face mask, she'll think that this would be a great use of time. And I realized I've done it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
So, I feel very proud of myself because twice in a year is great. Yeah.
Mo, what about you?
Well, although I was saying I'm very introverted, I think it's great that, we're here together as family. Yeah, sometimes that might get on my nerves, but I think if I had been alone with just me and my son, it would have driven me insane.
That's for sure. Because Mush, first of all, I think talks to himself. I don't know what's going on.
My son is very extroverted.
He just has a lot of energy. He's a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You know, so...
And super talkative. And I am literally the opposite. So you can imagine just the two of us in the house. So at least now, if like, you know, I'm not in that space, he can go and, you know, disturb his auntie Di or his auntie Shanta or somebody else in the house that he can find to, like, you know, pass on his energy to. Another thing I've been doing is reading. I've been reading a lot. Usually when I'm feeling a bit not myself, I read a lot. That always helps uplift me. I always do, every morning I read the Bible, just a verse in the Bible, which I also share with my friends and Bible study mates. So that's been helpful for me.
Yeah, speaking of the Bible, what I also do is watch online sermons. Diane actually asked me the other day if I was watching the same one over and over again, but they're different ones.
Because I'm always trying to... Okay, no shade to the Bible. I'm just saying, every time I try to talk to her, she's like, shh, I'm watching the sermon. I was like, how are you still watching the sermon? How are you conveniently watching the sermon when I'm trying to talk to you? You know? Whether it's 10 a.m., whether it's 10 p.m., I'm watching the sermon. Like, you are using the Lord, his name in vain. That is what you're doing.
No, I'm not. I'm just watching. If I know maybe I'm going to have like a busy day, or maybe I'll forget, or maybe I won't have internet tomorrow, I watch it at 2 a.m. Anyway, whatever the case, that's what I'm doing, right? So give me peace. But Diane is one of those people who like constantly has something to tell you. And like, it's always urgent. And somehow the urgency always falls upon you. Like, you don't know why it's urgent to you. Like, you don't care what she's talking about. But she believes it's like the most urgent thing.
Like 3 a.m., what's my personal brand? Questions.
That's now what she's on. Okay, people, let me actually get into this question. I don't know, what do you guys think you want to achieve during this time? Or what do you think you've achieved? You know, setting goals. I think for me personally, I've been definitely setting goals and paying a lot of attention to SheBlooms. With the IG Lives series, I want to call it. You know, just hosting a bunch of topics that people really have been asking about, or that I feel like people are really interested in. So like, as Maureen mentioned, like the personal branding, so we had that session today. I think it's my favorite one. I'm obsessed. There might be some technical difficulties with me posting it, but loved it. And then we had one with my BFF on beauty, and one on nutrition, and you know, staying motivated with your body goals during this time. You know, because a lot of people think summer is cancelled, but I mean, is it?
You never know.
Who knows? Maybe that's our like grand, you know, show out reopening. Our grand reopening might be summertime, people.
What is it called when those girls, the young girls, have their like debut in like Texas or something?
A debutant.
That might be the case, people. Okay. For some reason in my head I was gonna say like a quinceañera, but that's anyway.
That's
Neither here nor there.
Are you like 13? You're also telling us about bar mitzvahs.
I mean, at least those I should know. I've attended at least one. Anyway,
What?
I went to a Jewish high school there.
I have no words for you.
But yeah, I think I've been paying a lot of attention to SheBlooms, and just attention to kind of what my goals are. What I was talking to a friend of mine today. I won't drop her name just, but I was telling her about how I think this is a time for us, or it's like a gift where we can rethink about what we want, how we're visualizing our lives in the future. Like the pace has kind of slowed down. I feel like before we never really got like a chance to think about ourselves or think about anything really. Like you wake up, you go to work, you reach work, it's drama, A, B, C, D, you know, like your hours are not your own. But during this quarantine period, I feel like now I have a lot of time to think, whether it's about like my personal life, you know, my friendships, my business goals, just you know, your vision, whether you want to get closer to God. I mean, I've read a wonderful book this time. It's called The Prayer of Jabez. I'm obsessed with it. Love it. Everybody please go and get it. It's just, you know, how are you utilizing your time? I think for me, it's made me use my time a lot more wisely. I don't know. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think the same for me. I think as soon as we got over that first hump, I would say maybe like the first week, right?
Yeah.
Because at first it's like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? I just need my people close to me, and then it's like, is the world ending? Is this the apocalypse? Like, what's happening? And then you get over that, and you're like, actually, the world is just slowing down. And then you start reading all the reports of how this is like good for the environment, and you know, people have more quality time with their kids and families, and we really get. It's really the gift of time. You know, we get to stop and, you know, sit still and really think, what do we want out of this life? And just, you know, knowing that it could end at any time. How do you want to be remembered? What do you want to... We've had this conversation about what kind of legacy do we want to leave for Gabi, for our families, for, you know, in the world. So, that might sound a bit morbid, but it's really, you know, what kind of person do you want to be while you're alive? And what do you want to represent? And what do you hope to achieve beyond monetary, right? Just like, what kind of person do you want to be? So I think it's been a great time because, yeah, as Shanti and Mo were talking about personal branding and other things, I really thought I would use this time to learn how to cook. That has not happened yet.
That has not happened due to her lack of working hours?
Yeah.
Because I
I'm
cook all the
always
time.
working.
But she never watches.
Yeah, but I do make time to work out, right? So
Yeah.
maybe there's also
Priorities.
lack of interest, you know, low key. Maybe...
It's just not your thing.
Yeah, it's not my thing, you know?
It's okay.
But maybe I don't know. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll have a cooking show, so I don't want to rule it out. But you know, but it's just like, what is of interest to you, and what do you want to do that's good for the world, and how can you do that?
Yeah. And you, Mo?
Okay, so honesty time here. You guys are a bit, like, for me, what I consider a bit more ambitious than I am, I guess. I don't know. So it's been challenging for me to see you guys, you know, all on this, trying like to find your purpose and your goals and what you're trying to achieve, and I'm just trying to get through each day.
I mean, kudos.
Yeah. So I just want to encourage the other people who are like me, who maybe are not using this time, like maybe this is not the time for you to find what your purpose is or whatever, but you're just trying to make it through the day, through the hour. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I did see this on Instagram.
Yeah, it's okay.
There were a bunch of like Instagram posts about be productive, A, B, C, D, and then there was
Like
a
the
post.
one where it was like, if the lockdown ends and you haven't, I don't know, got a new job, started a new business, done
Yeah.
ABCD,
It's
then-
okay.
Then you weren't.
Something. I saw that one.
What was it?
I don't remember, but it made me feel horrible about myself because I was,
then you didn't lack time. You lacked
Yeah.
discipline.
Exactly.
And then the more conscious pages like would scratch that out and say it's fine. Like it's okay.
Yeah, so
to-
they were really about like it's fine,
Yeah.
whatever the case. So
we all have different paces.
yeah,
we
everyone
all have
has different paces. I just think for sure, as Diane said, this is the gift of time. So I think definitely a gift of reflection.
Yeah.
Whatever you get from that, if it's something like a call of action or, you know, action points, whatever the case, then great. If not, if all you need is to get through the day, again, great. People barely can. I mean, as Diane threw me under the bus, it took me 3 days to get my shit together. But you know, however long it might take anybody, but for sure, I think this is a gift. Like it's like the world it's definitely a gift to the planet Earth. That's for sure.
For sure.
You know. So yeah, any big takeaways or like anxiety? How do you guys feel? I mean, people are saying this is quarantine season 3.
I feel like we're on season 20.
Any anxiety about season 4, 5, 6? Do you think this is the season finale? Series finale, actually.
You know, I'm such an introvert that I'm absolutely loving this whole setup. I think it's unfortunate. You know, the extension means people can't get back to work. So people like the daily laborers, you know, people who earn on a daily basis and stuff like that are severely affected. Businesses are severely affected. I think in that aspect, it's quite sad, and it's, you know, you want life to get back to normal. But honestly, for me, the anxiety is on going back to normal. It's like, so one day they're just gonna be like, oh, everything's fine, go back to work, you know, go to weddings, go to funerals,
Do you
be
think
with
that will
500
happen?
people. I would go crazy. I don't know. It would take me a few months to get back to normal, I think. I think in Rwanda, I think we will. I'm not sure, but I would assume that we'd progressively open, like like slow, like maybe after essentials, it will be a few things here and there. I'm really praying saloons are on that list.
Can we start a petition to get saloons as essentials?
And then maybe slowly, maybe it would be X number of people allowed at weddings. Maybe you go back to work, and if you're a team of 100, maybe 30 start, or you rotate, or you do hours or whatever. I think we'll be in that for a couple months. But I'm just saying, like July, August, when like life is back to normal, that gives me a little anxiety. Because I think the anxiety is, one, will the virus have gone away? Two, what will we have learned as the world? We're still, like, the flights are just, like, borders are just going to open, flights are going to be all over, the pollution, like, it's just like, what will we have learned if we go back to normal, business as usual? I think that's what gives me stress.
My stress is that we might never go back to normal. I always tend to like side on the pessimistic side. Like, I'm wondering what if this is our new normal? Like, I don't know if I can go through this for an extra month or so. I don't know how I can handle that. I don't know how I can handle knowing that I'm not able to go outside freely. Not because I like being outside, but just, like I said earlier, I like the freedom of knowing that I can go where I want to, whenever I want to. Yeah? So my fear is that this might never end. Or if it does end, it might be like a year or so from now. Yeah?
Yeah, I mean that's what the scientists say. Right?
Yeah, what does that mean for my kid?
Yeah.
Does it mean he's going to freeze in his school? What does that what does that look like? What does that look like for me? What does that look like for people who like you were saying, people the daily workers, like those who make their income from like casual
jobs,
labor, casual laborers, and even companies themselves. Some of those companies might not be able to sustain keeping all their employees on for this long of a period without being open
or paying rent
like there's so many things that stress me and keep me up at night, and that
for me, I think it's more so like, I think I've gotten used to what this is like now, but my anxiety is that our new normal, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the actual new normal is. If I knew it and people would like tell me, oh, this is what the new normal is going to look like, I would accept it. I'd come to terms with it. I would be really kawa. But not knowing what the new normal, because I really doubt that it's going to go back to normal. Like, I can't imagine all of us sardined at riders.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Like, I'm not picturing that. Which
at the same time, you miss that kind of life. You're like, it's Friday night. I can't go to Riders. I can't go to Chomad. All of our friends that have postponed their weddings. I mean, it's quite sad, but it's like...
FYI, shout out to Chomad. They're doing home deliveries.
Shout out.
Also...
Great sausages.
Amazing. Also, somehow I've not missed Riders, or like... again, as people are always called an extrovert, or like people think I'm like an outside person and I like going out. I've not really missed out. Like, there's not a place that I've missed, Me
neither. I've not missed outings.
Yeah, I've not missed outings at all. I missed the option. Like, I think I'm like Maureen, where it's like, if I want to go out, I miss that. Like, I feel like I miss La Galette more than I miss Riders. But
I'm so grateful to, Vuba Vuba and all the other logistics companies.
Yes.
Yeah, because
hey, DMM, hey, for delivering our groceries. Thank you so much.
Groceries, Soluna Pizza, Chomad, like, so grateful.
Yeah, so basically we're all foodies and we still get a taste of the outside world.
Yeah.
And we can, service our cravings. Also
slice
shout out
cakes,
to like
Java.
Slice and Cakes.
Thank you.
Also the alcohol delivery.
Yeah, all
so
the
shout out to
stores.
our cousin Nema, who has a liquor store in Kisimenti, and Vuba store. That store has alcohol in it as well. So yeah. Anyways, guys, just to sign off, all in all, I hope everybody is using this unexpected quarantine time to rediscover themselves and just get in tune with yourself, to kind of just recheck in. Thanks for tuning in, and please stay safe, wash your hands, and of course next month we'll be back on SheBlooms with a new podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe.
Be safe.
Be safe. And just shout out to everybody. All the essential workers, the police, everybody on the streets. Just, working and trying to help us all get by.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody for, staying safe and sane.
Yeah, stay sane, people. It's important. Adios, guys.
Peace and love. Bye.